Hi fam, welcome back. For my new viewers, my name is Elle. I'm just going to jump right in it. Okay, so my last recording was on August 29th, which was the full moon, and I'm just going to fill you in on everything that has happened since then. Um, the night of August 29th, I received a phone call from my beloved, and at that point, I felt really, really strong. I was like, okay, I'm not gonna answer the phone because I know it's the full moon. I kind of sort of know what's going on. If we were in the energy of people thinking about their past and reliving it and wishing that things were different and closures and beginnings. And I was in a really good place at that point. I've come to accept the fact that he uh, would like some energetic as well as physical space from me. And I completely accepted that. So I was of the mind frame and the strength that, you know what, I'm not going to pick up the phone. I'm not going to answer the text. If it's a pressing issue and he really needs to speak to me, he will express that in a text and or the message that he leaves. So I continued my Saturday full moon night and I was having fun. I went to sleep. I listened to his voice message the next day, and it just basically said, well, if you're free within the next 15 minutes, give me a call. I'm just checking in on you, seeing, I wanted to make sure everything was okay. Everything is okay with me. I just wanted to talk to you about some things. And also, after he called me and left that message, he sent me a text message saying, hey, can you talk? So I didn't answer until the next day, which was Sunday. On Sunday, I answered him. I told him, I'll be free to talk, but I'm going to dance class. I won't be available during this and this time. And my intention on Sunday was to go to dance class and then to meet up with S, which happens to be the Reiki teacher, the Reiki master, who is also his teacher. So I met up with S. We spoke about the energy of the full moon and how long it would be and what had been happening, to us and with us with regards to the energy. It was a pretty good meeting until, she said to me, hey, did your beloved reach out to you? And I don't speak to her about beloved because she's connected to him. And I tried to explain the situation between myself and my beloved as gently as I could. But I'm feeling like she just doesn't seem to get the message, and or she may feel like she's the connection link between the two of us, which she is not. Um, so I just said to her, yes, he did call me and he texted me, but I didn't reply because I know what the energy is about. So um, I changed the subject basically. We finished our meeting, which was really great. We departed, and as I was going home, um, I don't know what happened to me. Like, I just, I was going into the train station, I was descending down the stairs, and as soon as I hit the platform, my vision got completely blurry. And I didn't pass out, I didn't fall, I didn't faint or anything, I didn't stumble, but it was just very scary and frightening to me that my vision just got completely blurry. So I sat down on the platform and I waited for a train to come that would allow me to sit down. I finally got on a train. I went home and I rested for the rest of the night. I drank water, blah blah blah. So the next day I went to work, which was on a Monday. I called my doctor. I was like, listen, this happened to me. I want to make an appointment to come get a checkup. And they said to me, go directly to the hospital. Go to the emergency room immediately. And I'm like, what's going on? So I left work maybe about an hour early and I went to the emergency room. I stayed in the emergency room for quite some time. They checked me out. They said that everything was fine. All of my tests came back fine. My heart is fine. My liver is fine. All of my organs are fine, just like every other test I took. And they hydrated me. And they told me to stay out of work, that it might be stress related. So while I was in the hospital, I got a call from S. S proceeds to tell me that the reason that my beloved reached out to me was because his mother passed, and she was assuming that that's what he wanted to tell me and he wanted to speak to me. So naturally, when she gave me this information, I was, you know, very sad in the hospital, you know, which did not help my stress levels at all. So, because I love his parents like they're my own, I absolutely adore his parents. But the fact of the matter is that he did not give me this information, and the messages that he left didn't sound like he needed to speak to me ASAP. So I tried to explain that to her while I was in the hospital, and you know, I guess she understood it at that point, maybe because I was in the hospital. I left the hospital that night. I stayed out of work Tuesday. I just, relaxed and everything. I was feeling a little pressure on my chest, as I was feeling before when I told you that I felt like he psychically attacked me, but it hasn't been too much. So Tuesday passed and I was feeling okay. I went back to work on Wednesday, which was last Wednesday, and I was having a text and email conversation with S, and because I work with S with regards to, Reiki and energy healing. So S was telling me, "Oh, um, well, what are you going to do about your beloved reaching out to you? Have you decided on if you're going to contact him or not?" I checked out his Facebook page and he put up this really beautiful poem. And it's social etiquette to send your condolences. And obviously, if he called you and sent you a text message, then he's looking for your condolences. And I started to write as this long ass email about how it is apparent to me through my beloved's words and his actions that I am not he has decided not to have me to be a part of his life. I am not one of his friends on any social media sites. He has expressed to me that he does not want me to send him energy of any kind. He expressed to me that he does not wish for me to contact him by email, by phone, by smoke signal, any kind of way unless he contacts me. And since he contacted me on Saturday, I reached back out to him on Sunday and he did not reply. So even though I have this horrible information and I found out the unfortunate news that his mother passed, I feel like I would be overstepping my bounds if I reached out to him in this situation for so many different reasons. So I'm writing out this long email to S trying to explain to her that this man chose not to, has made a decision that I am not a part of his life, and regardless of what is going on in his life, being that he did not send me a voicemail saying I need to speak to you now, call me back now, and his text message wasn't I need to speak to you right now. Please call me back. It was, hey, are you free to talk? It is not my place to call him at any point because he did not ask me to call him, regardless of what is going on in his life. I am very sorry for his loss. I am extremely sorry for his loss. But I also have to play the cards that I am dealt. And part of this whole energetic connection between twin flames is being accepting of the fact that if your beloved asks you for something, no matter how painful it is to you, you have to give it to them. He asked me not to contact him unless he contacted me, and that's exactly what I did. I'm not going to take more cards from the deck. I'm not going to pretend like I have different cards because that's just not what I want to do or am going to do within this energy connection that he and I share. That's just a choice that I have made as well. And I started reading this email back on Wednesday and I'm thinking to myself, why do I have to explain anything to her? Like, I've made up my mind that I'm not going to reach out to him until he reaches out to me again. And I'm cool with that. So I chucked my email in the draft section and I just sent her back a text saying, I will speak to him when he reaches out to me. Then she sent me a text saying, "Oh, he sent this beautiful, I saw this beautiful poem that he wrote on Facebook. I'll show you on Saturday because I was supposed to meet her last Saturday, which was Saturday the 5th. She wanted to meet up with me at her house, and she wanted to go to a garden over by her house. So I politely wrote to her, "No, thank you. I don't want to see it. I am not a part of his life." And she wrote back, "Oh, okay. Like, fam, I don't mean to be mean, but this is just I'm just playing the cards that I'm dealt. He didn't ask me to call him back. He asked me if I was free in 15 minutes, call him back. And I wasn't free, so I didn't call him back. And he didn't tell me of his loss. Somebody else told me. I don't know how he was going to take it if I just called him and have would have been like, "Hey, I found out that your mother passed." Like that, no, that's not me on any level. My interaction and relationship with S has nothing to do with her relationship with my beloved on any level. And I thought I had expressed that to her when we first started working, but obviously I didn't do a good job of expressing that to her. But I'm hoping that this situation has ironed out whatever she's thinking in her mind, whatever bridge she thinks she's going to gap, she gaps between he and I. But there is no bridge. Her purpose is not to be a messenger of what's happening in his life to me and what's happening in my life to her. And that's one of the reasons why I think I need to take a step back from her. So yeah, so that happened on Wednesday, and I was cool with the way that I handled it because I didn't go into a long explanation. There wasn't a drawn out, conversation between her and I. It was just, this is what I decided, and this is what's gonna happen. I don't want to see anything on his Facebook because I'm not a part of his life. This is just what his decision is, regardless of how I feel. What else can I do about it? And I'm not going to allow her or anybody else to try to make me be a part of his life or to give me information to try to influence me to feel a certain way or behave a certain way. I'm not doing that at this stage in the game. That is not what I'm doing on any level. So I hope I nipped that in the bud with her. So Thursday came along and I'm still feeling this aching in my chest, and I do some research on angels and I found out more information about angels, and I start praying to the angels, and I'm feeling more relief of the pressure that I'm feeling on my chest. The rest of the week goes by. I join a belly dance troupe. I'm at the practice on Saturday and I get a phone call during rehearsal. And who is it? It's Beloved. So I politely leave rehearsal and I step outside. I take the call and he tells me, that his mother passed. I talked to him about it, and he said that when he took that concoction a while ago, I guess that was him preparing for her passing because he had gone through this like 2-hour crying session with regards to the relationship that he has with he had with his father because he passed, and the relationship he had with his mother at the time that he went through this cleansing 2-hour crying. His mother was still alive, so he's of the belief that that was like his morning preparation for her passing over to the other side. He did tell me that he was with her a few hours before she passed, and when I was speaking to him, I felt her presence around him, and I also expressed that to him. Um, and then I went back to my dance class, and I spoke to him after dance class. Again, he wanted me to, reach out to him again and so that we could speak a little more. And I did. I spoke to him later on after dance class, and that was the end of our communication. Um, so I met up with S on Sunday, and the meeting was quite good. We spoke about energetic things and Reiki and what her business plan is, and she had a reading done by Ole Gabrielsen, who happens to be the individual who um, meditated for hours and was attuned to Kundalini Reiki, and then I decided to get a reading. She was talking about how great the reading was. It wasn't a reading; it was an energy heal. It was a healing session. So I decided to get a healing session as well because I am also attuned to Kundalini Reiki. And the crazy thing is that I my attunement to Kundalini Reiki was in February. S's attunement to Kundalini Reiki was in, I want to say May. Anyway, so I reached out to Mr. Gabrielsen on Saturday, and I.
It's 9 o'clock.
Sorry, my computer's telling us what time it is. Oh, and by the way, today is Wednesday, September 9th. So I reached out to Mr. Gabrielson on Saturday. I had my reading Monday morning, and check this out, fam. He read, it wasn't even a reading. I keep on saying reading, but it was a healing. He read my energy, and he told me that the pressure that I'm feeling is because I have a blockage in my heart chakra, and also I'm going to read my notes. And also I had a blockage in my um, I believe it was root chakra. So he cleared out my blockages, and I instantly felt relief. Instantly. It's like, and he even felt it too. He felt like I really wanted to cry, and he said, I feel like you like crying now as well, because I just felt so much heaviness, and he was explaining to me that when you have energy blockages, what happens is you will feel pressure in the area of which chakra has the blockage. Um, so that is part of what I have been experiencing all of this time. So he cleared out my blockages, and I felt so much lighter since Monday. He also reminded me that I need to do cord cutting a lot. I need to cut the cords between me and everything that does not serve me purpose. And he walked me through a cord cutting method, and it instantly worked. So the healing was super great. Now today I get to work, and there is one of my coworkers and I used to be so close. Like, she is one of the reasons why I fell in love with Oshun. She's a Yoruban priestess, and we no longer speak to each other. I must have done something to offend her. But being that we don't speak, I don't even know what it is. But I've prayed about it. I've forgiven her. I've energetically asked her to forgive me. But every time I see her, I feel this pressure in my chest. So today, she sat in she worked in the area that I was working in. Actually, she sat right behind me at work, and when I found out that she would be sitting there, I instantly started feeling this pressure again in my chest. And I'm like, this is some bullshit. Absolute bullshit. Like, what am I not doing that is making me feel this pressure again in my chest because of this individual? I did cord cutting, I felt a little better, but it's just that her energy is like so disruptive to me. I don't feel the pressure now because I'm at home and I've been doing cord cutting like crazy, but it's like, are you serious, Elle? Like, come the fuck on. Excuse my language, but that's just really how I feel. Like, I finally got relief from this pressure that I feel. I finally understand where it's coming from. And now all of a sudden I'm sitting by this individual who obviously has some type of um I guess ill feeling towards me because of their own unresolved issues that they have with me, that it's so dominant that it overpowers my healing, I'm feeling this pressure in my chest. Like, this is absolutely crazy. It wasn't bad pressure, but it was pressure enough for me to be like, I had to take out all of my crystals. It still didn't work. I drew a circle of salt around my desk 3 times. It still didn't work. I am just like, this is out of control. I even reached out to S for some help from her with regards to this other person's energy. That and all of the things that I have done combined, at the end of the day, while I'm traveling home, I'm feeling this pressure in my chest. This just doesn't make any sense, fam. Like, what is really going on? So now I'm of the mind. I sent an email out to Ole Gabrielsen asking him if if there's anything that I could possibly do to alleviate this pressure that I'm feeling, being that I just had the healing, and I received a response back that he's out of the office for the next 2 days, which I'm okay with, because I know that there are things that I can definitely do to cut the cord and get this energy off of me so that I could start to have the energy flow back to my chakras in the proper way. But it's just like amazing, fam. Like, I really wanted to share this whole entire situation with you about S pressuring me to reach out to my beloved, and about how important it is for you to know where and if you have any energy blocks, because they could really affect you in so many different ways. We are so we're so sensitive to what is going on around us, with the earth, with the universe, and with other people. We may think that we are suffering something from our own actions, but in reality, it could very well be that we are so empathic that we absorb other people's energy, and that's why we're feeling the way we're feeling. That's why we may snap. That's why me may be sad. That's why we may overeat. It's a whole lot of things that could be the end result of um, you know, not having your not well having energy blockages, and also being empathic. I'm empathic, so I absorb and feel other people's energy as well as earth energy. Like, I'm crying for no reason a lot, and I am of the assumption that that is because the earth is humanity is sad. And I have a tendency to send Reiki to humanity and the earth all of the time. It's being a little girl. I was of the impression that I was brought here on earth so that I could absorb some of the pains of humanity and the pains of the world, so that um, they can grow, like humanity and earth can grow and ascend to a higher level. As a child, I'm feeling and knowing this. So my point is, if you are feeling some type of tension or pain, and before I forget, he also felt the tension that I felt in my neck, and I've been having like these tingly sensations in the back of my head, and he was saying that that was because of the my energy blockages, because my root chakra was blocked. I was not able to absorb the good energy from the earth that my body, that all of our bodies need, um, for our chakras, because the energy goes up and down and up and down. And if you have a blockage in any of your chakras, then the energy is unable to recycle through your body to the different chakras that need the energy. So what he was saying was my heart chakra was depleting from my throat, and that's why I was feeling the pain. And it was also depleting. It could have also been depleting from my crown chakra, which would explain why I was feeling the tingly. So the energy was unable to come from the earth up into my feet, into my heart. And it was just making me feel all of these aches and pains. Like right now, I don't feel anything, because I'm assuming because I'm near this plant, and it's not as I'm not in the concrete jungle like I was when I was at work. And I also plan on going outside and stepping in the grass that is around my house. And I know that that will definitely help me. And I also did some research today on energy on energy blockages and how you can clear out your own energy blockages. So I'm going to be doing a lot of those exercises myself, just as a precautionary measure, because like every now and then I might feel the pressure in my chest and then it'll go away. I might feel it and it'll go away. I'd rather be on the precautionary side than not do anything at all. Yeah, that's just who I am. So we are coming up into the uh, new moon partial solar eclipse on the 13th. It could be on the 12th, depending on where you are. And I plan on doing a video on it beforehand because I really want to prepare you all for the energy. I know, let me see, tomorrow's the 10th. Yeah, tomorrow is the starting day when we are starting to get into that eclipse energy. So I'm going to really try to do the recording. What's tomorrow? The Friday. Yeah, because tomorrow might be a little hectic for me. So I'm going to really, really, really try my best to do the recording on Friday so that I can help prepare you all to work more readily with the beautiful energy of the eclipse. I just absolutely love eclipses. So yeah, I wanted to share that with you. I'm gonna give you all, provide you all with some websites that give you information on how you can check your own energy fields and see if there are blockages, and also ways to work on those blockages and make them minimize so that you don't have them anymore. And I'm going to do the same thing. So, hey, I think I'm doing a good job of keeping in touch. And yeah, like I said, I will definitely try to do that. My next vlog on the 10th, so that, no, on the 11th. Yeah, on the 11th, on Friday, so that we all can be prepared for the new moon solar eclipse. If you have any questions or comments or concerns or suggestions, please write them below. And I love, 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 love you all. I am so happy that I'm able to share my experiences with you, because one of my purposes is to empower um, other twin flames, whether they are with their beloveds or not with their beloveds, like me. Part of my mission is to go through the hard stuff and empower other people through my experiences in hopes that they don't have to go through the hard stuff like me, like I chose to before I came here. Anyway, I'll check y'all later. Oh, and if you're thinking, why is she always in the dark? I absolutely love the dark. Not that I don't love the light, but I don't know, it's just something that attracts me to the dark. And don't read into that. So anyway, I'll check y'all later. I hope you have a good night or a good day, whichever one applies to you, and we will stay connected. See you later.